Hey guys, I wanted to come on TikTok and just address the whole situation about yesterday. People calling me mix up, people can have a go at me or whatever not. It's too late, the damage is already done. I already joined the live. I'm more than aware that what I did yesterday was unnecessary. I only joined the live to speak my truth and say my personal view on what happened the day that the house got smashed up. Rain Doll went on YouTube and did story time and mentioned my name. All my friends are texting me, you got kicked out of the car, this and that. That's the only reason I went on live, to address that it wasn't just Renee. The house thing, it started off with Shelly, because let's be real here. She only did a few glasses, in all fairness. She was mad because Valentina took the piss and started to violate. First time I saw that, right? So Shelly splashed a few glasses. She didn't really do too much. So I'm just going to address this once and for the last time. Shelly didn't do too much. Then Valentina came for Renee about her deceased family member. And obviously Renee was still breathing at the time, whatnot. She got really upset. Burner, security, try to comfort her. She goes, starts to smash up the yard. Then it was a domino effect. Then them two went to try to get a new hotel. But the hotel said it was 4 minutes away, when actually it was an hour and 40 minutes away. Me and Rain was left at the house while they go. All the stuff was in the car. We were ready to go to the new hotel, Airbnb, whatnot, because this yard, we didn't want to stay there no more. By the time that them two got back, the yard has been mashed the F up by me and Rain, because let's be truthful. I've already said multiple times that I played a huge part to play in the house. I did too much. I was angry at the whole situation, I'm not going to lie, and I took all my anger out. I've already mentioned this a million times. I bugged out, I got mad, I was literally stuck in that villa for like 4 or 5 days. I was only on the show, technically, for a day and a half, and then I moved to that other villa. So I had a lot of built up anger anyway about certain situations, other situations and mixed up. As for the kicking out the car situation, right? Shelly had attitude with me for a completely different reason. I had attitude with Shelly. Everyone's blood pressures were heightened, because bear in mind, 3 cars full of people had just turned up. Everyone's on edge, everyone's pissed off because we had a taxi outside waiting. Renee spent a good 30 minutes to an hour with Goody trying to find a taxi, because my flight was at 4 p.m, not 11. Their flight was at 9 a.m. Obviously, my flight's later on, and we only have one rental car. The rental car is not insured for the drivers who were driving. On top of that, if we get pulled over in Croatia, it's a long day. The car is full. When the girls pulled up in the car, we had a taxi waiting outside. We finally sorted a taxi. There's one taxi firm in the whole of the fucking area. There's no Uber, don't even try that. There's no Uber, we're in the middle of nowhere. So we spent a good hour and 40 minutes to get this taxi. We were gonna get that taxi, me and Wrench were gonna get that taxi, and worst case scenario, Rain was going to get that taxi. In worst case scenario, the other 5 people were just going to get in the car and we were going to go to the airport, like follow the taxi. If anything, in an ideal world, the van was big enough to hold all of us. All of us could have fitted in that van. So we would have all just got the taxi and left the rental car there. That didn't go to plan, because when the car pulled up and there's loads of people there, because some of the girls are trying to open the car door of the taxi and literally scared the taxi man off. I respectfully didn't do anything. I was stoned as hell and I was out of it. I didn't fight. I didn't shout. I just stood still. I can't lie. I was so fried and I couldn't even comprehend what just happened anyway. I have never once claimed that I'm on badness. I've never once claimed that I'm a bad girl. And I'm admitting that. I'm not going to ever sit here and try and be something I'm not. Yes, I went on the show called Bazzers. But no, Baddies isn't all about fucking fighting. There should have been a few quiet girls like me who ain't really on shit, low-key, and then probably 2 or 3 girls who are on it. Instead, half of the fucking cast members are on it. So of course that's going to cause mix-up and be messy, whatever not. Furthermore, let me get to the point. When the taxi pulled up, obviously the girls were trying to open the car door. The taxi drove off. I stopped the taxi. I said, look, please, just wait, park around the corner. Don't worry about this, just wait. Because this is our hope to get to the airport / my hope. My flight isn't till 4. Renee was pissed off because I mashed up the yard while she was gone. I mashed up the yard. So she was pissed off at me anyway, and she wanted me to get out of the car because my flight wasn't till later on anyway. It was paramount for everyone else to get to the airport because they're all got the same flight apart from me. I'm the only one who has a different flight. So if anything, I could still make route in time. They're not going to be able to do that. I still refused to be left in Croatia. I refused to be there. I didn't have no Wi-Fi at the villa. I also didn't have no EU call-in or text messages, so I couldn't even call a taxi. So I was determined, whatever way, shape and form, to get in that car. Everyone was pissed off. Everyone was high-rated. Everyone said things that maybe they didn't mean, or da-da-da-da. Everyone was pissed the fuck off. Everyone, meaning Rain, Renee, Goody, the cameramen and the security. So much, not the cameramen, sorry, the Lani's security, the manager. They were all in agreement that they wanted me to get out of the car because of the flight situation, and time is cutting short. It's probably about 8 a.m. now, and they need to be at the airport pronto. After the fight happened, outside, everyone just ran in the car. We didn't even have time to deep anything apart from let's get our fucking asses to the airport. This car is a 5-seater. There's 7 or 8 of us. Lani's management and the security are sitting at the front, passenger and driver. I'm at the back, Shelley's at the back, Goody's at the back, Rain is at the back, and Renee is at the back. So we're all double lapping on each other. I think Shelley was sitting on me. Renee was Range was sitting on Renee, and Goody was sitting down. So the car was fully fucking full. And we made way to the airport. We got to the airport, everyone cut and went to get their flight. It was a group thing that everyone wanted me out the car, apart from Shelley. Shelley had attitude for a different reason, and Shelley was pissed off for something completely different. The reason all that they were mad was different to why Shelley was mad. So yes, it might be seen that I'm trying to cause mix up, but I just come on the live and said my truth. I'm then now posting this on my public TikTok to address this one more time. If you want to call me two-faced, if you want to call me mix up, that's on all of you. I made the mistake of joining that live. I'm taking accountability for that. I'm saying it how it is. What do you want me to do? It's already happened. I've already done it. I can't get in the fucking time machine and go back in time and say, Amy, don't join that live. It's too late. So what I can do from now is not involve myself in the mix-up full blank period. I'm not involved. This is not my beef. This is not Renee and Shelley's beef. That's to do with them. As soon as the live went off, I called Shelley and I told her what was up so that she didn't see firsthand the bait pages or people telling her, Amy said this, Amy did that. So I called her straight after the live to let her know what to expect. You guys need to really remember and comprehend these are not my friends. These are not my brethren for me to be picking a side. Why am I going to pick Renee's side? Or why am I going to pick Shelley's side? These are not my friends. Why can you guys not comprehend that? I said what I said, and I'm going to leave it as that. If people want to see me in a different light, that's absolutely fine. I do apologise to both parties, but I have said multiple times to everyone who is involved that I did not want to be involved. I didn't want to be mentioned in story times. I didn't want phone calls of me to be in story times, and I definitely didn't want it to get this out of hand. But all my intentions were for joining Renee's live was to just clear the fact that it wasn't just her. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say, no, Renee didn't do anything. She was completely innocent. She was pissed off with me too. She also had a part to play with the motorway thing. Everyone was fucking pissed off. Everyone's adrenaline was heightened. I get it. But I'm not going to let people say that it was just her, because that's not true. So I just wanted to clear that on the live. Then I got a phone call and I was on mute for half the time of the live. And then I cut. She said I could be dismissed. I cut. I also mentioned on the live, I couldn't even tell the story because I was so fucking anxious of the view. I literally said, I've got stage fright, I can't do this. And I left the live and then I come back on. I said my personal truth. Whether people see that as their truth, the people involved in this, that's a different story. But I only said what I personally saw from my own eyes and my perspective. All I can do now is just stay out of the shit, continue travelling, continue making my bag and just doing. This show has brought a lot of unnecessary BS. I will take accountability for things that I do that are not right because I'm mature enough to be like, hey guys, look, I did something bad yesterday. We all make mistakes and we all do things that maybe aren't great and don't make the best decision. For the last and the final time, none of these girls are my friends. You can run back to Shelley and say, Amy said you're not friends. Shelley knows. You can run to Rain and say, oh, Amy and she knows. I haven't met any of these girls outside of the villa. I said what I said. I'm just going to keep doing me because that's all I can. And I will be distancing myself from certain individuals.